All right, here we go. We actually have a real fun episode today on serious and silliness bodybuilding. I got Mark from Mark's Max Muscle, and I got Kenson
Wow.
from EP09 YouTube channel. First time. What's up, Kenson?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me on.
Mr. Jardine. Meow, meow.
Seinfeld classic, Mark. Yeah.
Which one is it? Which episode is that? I love Seinfeld.
Oh, it's just my mug.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's right, Mark. We're all of a certain age, right? So, well, I mean, you guys might have a couple years on me, but
You think?
we can all get.
He's older than both of us.
Yeah, I'm an old motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just look good. I'm just handsome, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, I know, but he'll get all our Simpsons references and Seinfeld and whatnot. So that's good.
Oh yeah.
This is a Kramer type shirt. Do you guys see what's on this shirt?
Oh yeah, his fucking tits. Yeah, I like
titties
that.
everywhere.
Yeah. You know what? That bothers me with the girls now. Nobody's getting big tits anymore. Yeah,
Dude,
now
where the hell did you get that shirt?
Everybody wants a giant. Everybody wants a giant ass now. Nobody wants titties anymore. It annoys the hell out of them. Yeah, where did you get a shirt like that?
Wife bought it for me.
You got a
God
cool
bless
wife.
her.
Yeah.
Hers are on here somewhere. She ain't gonna watch this.
Oh, of course.
So, Kenton, tell me about your home gym you got there.
Well, I built this gym when COVID happened, right?
Yeah.
I just started ordering stuff on online, and there's also a local business down here that sells fitness equipment. That's where I got the cable crossover I got on Amazon. This I got at a shop downtown, and this actually a guy that used to work for me, his uncle was selling it, so I bought Universal too. I've got another power rack that's out in my barn that I still need to set up, but I said that I was going to finish. I got a flooring project that I'm working on, so I said that gets finished first, then I can set this up. So, but yeah, I got everything here.
Is that a Smith machine back there?
No, you could set it up as a Smith though. It's a plate loaded cable system, right?
I see you got the squat
Usually
rack.
Well, of course.
No, it's an awesome gym. It's an awesome gym.
No,
you got safety bars on that squat rack? Oh no,
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
No, through there. You can.
Oh, there you go. I can see it now. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
They're not really in the safety position, but I have them.
That's all right. So you just continue to train in your house then?
Yeah.
So
it makes sense for me with the way my schedule works is, especially this time of year, fucking nuts, man. So I mean, to be able to get up at 5 o'clock, come in and train, or if it's after work, if everything's settled down enough, it's just it's the ideal setup for me. I love the gym I was at, but this gets everything done, and I saved a ton of time.
And you too, Mark. You work out on the. Say it again.
He's got the dumbbells, the adjustable dumbbells.
Oh yeah. Those are huge during COVID. But you too, Mark. You work out in the house too. You got your barn all set up as a gym.
I got a barn.
And you don't go to the gym. You just go to you work out at the house. See, I love going to the gym because I feed off the energy, and I hate. Well, I did the same thing. I have a shed in the yard, and I rigged that up as a gym during COVID, and I fucking hated it because it's like it was me and my dog, and I come home from because I like being around people, and I like hearing the weights banging, I like the music playing, and I like hearing the grunting, and I feed off that, and then it gets me. I drink a pre-workout and I'm fucking ready to go, but when there's nothing, like people say, oh, I love going to the gym in the morning when nobody's there. Nah, I fucking hate that. Like I need energy. And so working out in the shed,
that's not bad as long as there's not too many people.
As long as I can do I could do my workout, as long as I could train, I don't really care. The gym could be packed as long as I prefer it that way, because when I hear the weight banging from deadlifting or people grunting, I don't know, I just feed off that.
But the weights slap together like clapping little cling.
Yeah, right, exactly. Except now they're all fucking wrapped in rubber now.
Well, what time do you train then?
I have to work. I either go at 4 p.m. or if I have to come home, I'll go about 6:30, 7 o'clock if I got to come home and do some shit first. And I don't know. I just prefer it. And I have memberships to multiple gyms because I I just like going to the gym, new atmosphere, new people, new equipment, you know. I don't know. Just fucking it's like my happy time, you know. I got work, I got the wife, the house, the dogs, but for that
Yeah,
couple of
I know
hours,
what
you
you
know.
mean. I know what you mean by different gyms. I used to go to several myself, and
Yeah.
you would see the same groups there, right? You'd see a group one place, and then you'd see another group, but you'd see the odd person like myself. I'd be like, "Ah, you go to both or
Oh
several
yeah, yeah, I've
yourself."
seen that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Yeah, you stay at your own gym. This is
yeah,
my new one."
yeah, 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 yeah.
No,
That's
dude,
happening.
I love checking out new gyms. Like I'm that guy when I travel. Like
Well, you're the
whenever we
new
go on
gym guy.
vacation,
You're the new gym guy. You go to do gyms when you travel.
this is just it. Whenever I travel, it definitely annoys the piss out of my wife. But we always do the same thing. Well, I always do the same thing. I got to find a gym. Like where am I at? Like Florida, PEI, it doesn't matter. Like every vacation I do, I have to find the local gym and I have to check it out. When I drove from here across the entire country there a number of years ago, it took 6 days, and every little town that I stopped in, I would drive for like 10 or 12 hours a day. And then I would get on Google and just like, where's the next gym? Like I would always find it after driving all day. And then I would keep doing that and keep doing that. When I would work in the oil patch, I'd go to different camps and they would have gyms. Up in the Arctic was one of the best fucking gyms I ever worked out in. Like that place was sick. It like I always find one, man.
You do the same thing when you travel, Mark. You got to find the gym.
I don't travel anymore.
Okay. Um,
No,
I
when I used to travel wrestling, the last thing on our minds would be working out. We would
yeah,
have worked out to get ready for something like that.
right.
But
But
no, just
if you go away with your wife or anything like that, you don't find the gym there.
no. That's
I'm
time to take off working out, I
Oh
guess.
man,
right.
I,
That's how
I always do. I always find it. I
Well,
go,
well,
you travel a lot.
it's too low. Yeah, I do. Oh man, I'm constant. Like I'm on the road tomorrow. We've got a fishing boat that we've got to cut up into about 20 pieces that went ashore when the skipper fell asleep. They're gonna help. I had to hire a helicopter to put us in on this site. I sent you pictures of it before, Mark. So
Yeah,
we're cutting it
yeah.
up
He's
and we're
crazy,
removing it
man.
piece by piece.
You're crazy.
so the skipper fell asleep. Did you wind up on an island with a fucking
He was
millionaire and
probably
his wife?
he was
Uh,
probably drunken.
Uh,
yeah. Did you wind up on an
it could have
island
been.
with a millionaire and his wife and a movie star and a professor? Wow, I'm going way back.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I got you. Island, yes. Millionaires and movie stars, no.
I was thinking maybe the boat was full of hot pants and there was hot pants everywhere.
So
That
why do
was
you
cool
travel
too.
so much, Kenson?
Well,
Is
I
it
own
for
a
work?
commercial diving company. Yeah, I that's what I do. I'm a commercial diver. I'm a commercial dive supervisor, boat operator, marine surveyor. It's what I do.
Wow,
So
cool. It's a
yeah,
lot more
yeah.
glamorous than my job. I'm a sewer worker. I'm
Hey,
ankle
Hey
deep in
man,
shit all day.
number two business.
Yeah.
we've dove on our fair number of sewage outfall pipes. So I get you. Yeah,
Oh,
I
all
get you.
right. When I go on
Yep.
vacation, me and my wife don't have kids. So the one thing that we normally do this year, we couldn't do it, but every year we usually go on a really nice vacation once a year. And I don't do a fucking thing. It's the pool, the beach, and I actually put a picture up on my Instagram. We went to the Bahamas a couple of years ago, and people always ask me, "Oh, do you work out when you're on vacation?" And I have two fucking drinks in my hand, and I was double fisting it. I was like, "No, I don't work out when I'm on vacation. This is what I do. I don't do fucking shit."
I think I'd be like that as well.
Yeah,
I think maybe
because
you get an exercise swimming.
I don't. No, you know what? It's like I don't do nothing. It's 5 days, 5 to 7 days once a year where I could just forget about the gym, forget about work, have some alone time with the wife because my wife owns a hair salon, so she's always working crazy hours, and we drink, we go out to eat, we go see shows. If there's gambling, we gamble. That's it. No fucking thing. And I go back to the gym. And what's funny is when I get home, my body feels better because it rested for 5-7 days, because you're sleeping a little later in than normal, blah
Oh,
blah
you're
blah.
all carved up too from all the
Yeah,
extra
that's
food.
right. Yeah, it's true.
Man, I
All right.
just can't fucking stop is my problem. I can't
Yeah.
stop.
Well,
Like
how old are you?
I'm 35.
Yeah. All right. That's it. That's how you are then. because I'm
exactly.
40. I'm 47. I'm 47, but I've always been this way. You know, I've always like when times I went on vacation, you know, I've been with my wife for 12 years now. Every time a honeymoon, whatever it was, even before we were married, that 1 week a year, I don't do fucking shit. Anyway, let's get down to business. Let's get down to the brass taxes. The Texas Pro is coming up. Whose fucking phone is that?
I'm not answering it. I'm going to blame Kenson. It's Kenson's.
Yeah.
Listen,
probably my
don't
wife.
be surprised would not be surprised if mine does ring. Actually, I'm going to make sure it doesn't.
Take that phone and throw it out of the office.
Yeah, fucking get rid of it.
Yeah. But that's from Get Him to the Greek. Do you remember that? Where Puff Daddy has the meeting and he's got everybody in the room and the guy's phone goes off. He goes, "Whose fucking phone is that?" And the guy's like,
I should have stuck with it and blamed Kenson. It's not mine. How would you guys have known?
I got 22 Kookaroos. Do you remember that fucking movie? Come on, it was during your time. Get Him to the Greek. Go watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
I remember that movie. I didn't watch it though.
Dude, it was with Jonah. It was Jonah Hill when it was Jonah Hill when he was fat and funny. The British comedian who's now has a podcast. I forget his name. He's all over. He's a comic, but he's very extremely intelligent. And by the way, that annoys me when a celebrity gets a podcast because it's like, to me, it bothers me because it's like, that's not for you. These are for you.
Sometimes you'll get a good one. Sometimes,
you know, I won't watch a celebrity's podcast. Like to
Joe
my
Rogan.
Yeah, but the rest of them are jumping on the fucking bandwagon, right? But like when you have like Chaz Palminteri has a podcast, and that guy John, I forget his name, he played with the Punisher. He's got a podcast now, and Bradley Cooper. It's like, yo, that shit's not for you. That shit is for us. That shit is for regular people. I equate celebrities jumping on podcasts as if you build a race car from scratch and you put time and effort and love into it. It takes you 2 years to get exactly what you want. And you make it a fucking 10-second car and you bring it to the drag race and you fucking make it a 10-second car, right? That's us. And the celebrity that jumps on the podcast and gets 100,000 subscribers in 2 weeks, that's the guy who bought the Lambo and brought it to the racetrack and did do a fucking thing. And he's got a 10-second car. That's how I equate it to. It's like, you're not playing on the same level as we are. And it's unfair.
Like that Home Improvement episode when Tim Allen raced Bob Vila.
Never saw it. I never watched Home Improvement.
Oh,
really? Yeah, never watched. I was never a big Home Improvement guy. All right.
No, I watched that.
Let's get down to brass taxes. Yeah, Texas Pro coming up. So if people that don't know, I tend to predict bodybuilding shows, and I don't just tend to predict the winner. I try to predict the top 2, the top 3, and in the last,
you've been solid with the top 3, I think, for the last how many shows?
Yeah, a bunch of shows. I don't know. The one I got fucked up. The one I really got wrong was Vlad Zucker.
Vlad, everybody got that wrong, dude. Yeah. Literally everybody got that wrong.
I picked him to I picked him to win, and I picked what's his name to come in second, the Italian, right? And the Italian won.
Andrea Presti.
Yeah, Andrea Presti. And then Zucker came in like fucking 6th or something like that. Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. But
his delts were Jimmy rigged.
Yeah, but that only really takes a few points off. That shouldn't drop you to 6.
That's
all. I'd have to see the pictures, because there was. I
never seen any of it myself, but that's just what I
have to see that. I got to go back and see the pictures. But anyway,
that should be in the Texas Pro.
The Texas Pro. Yeah, you're right. I screwed that one up, but I got Phil Klahar over Hassan.
Not too many people got that one.
Nobody got that one. Nobody. I picked Phil.
Nope.
Well, Phil's friends and family, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I picked Phil over Hassan, and then the rest of them were relatively easy, because you had, it was like, it was like, because whatever. Okay, but anyway, the last 2 I got right, the top 3 in a row, and that's a little bit more difficult because, you know, you might get the number one guy, the number two guy, but the third guy coming in, like nobody had, what's his name? Breed? Is that the number three guy?
Lewis Breed, yeah.
Nobody had Lewis Breed on their radar, and he's doing the Texas Pro.
I had him like second. I had him second.
Did you really?
Yeah, but he came third. But when I made my prediction video, I didn't have John De La Rosa in the list.
Yeah, I actually messaged him because I knew I thought he was doing the Texas, and I messaged him when the list was, and he said, "Yeah, I'm doing it." We said, "Well, they left your name out of the list," and he said to me, "Now I'm doing it." And then the next day on Nick Strength and Power, he actually corrected and said that De La Rosa is doing it. He was the only add-on after that, you know.
Yeah,
so
I was hoping somebody else would have jumped in.
That's a whole other story. I don't understand why this guy's. Yeah. Well, he's doing a show. He's 4 weeks out of something. I don't know what he's doing, but I don't know.
No, I thought Breed might even won. I predicted him a little too high, I thought, but then he got third, and I was like, well.
Yeah, well,
but you do that though, Mark. You'll pull that wild card often. Like you'll do it just when nobody else will.
Yeah.
And I thought Breed was due because he looked massive
and grainy hard.
From behind, he looked hard.
Yeah, grain like from behind. He had that Branch Warren, Dorian Yates back. Really. How old is he? Because he looks like he's got old man muscle. You know, that's been banging weights for.
Not sure.
I'm not sure. I tried getting him on my show a few times, and he kind of said, "Yeah, you know, when do you want?" I gave him like 2 times, and then he ignored it. So I was like, "Oh, fuck it, I just skipped it." Huh. Yeah, bastard. Fucking sorry, I'm not RX Muscle or Mark's Max Muscle.
I don't do interviews.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It'd take me 2 hours to get this working.
Yeah. So, well, to be honest with you, the interviews is what you pull some info from when it comes to predicting, because now you have a human element to it. You add a human element to it. And when I had Phil Klahar on my show, interviewing him, I'm like, this guy means business.
I like Big Phil.
You know, I'm like, this guy means, you know, when he was talking to me, I was like, all right, he's not. You can tell when a guy is kind of going through the motions when he's talking to you, and you can tell when a guy is kind of like really fucking buckling down. You know what I mean? And I knew he meant business because he told me next year he's retiring. Nope, that's it. And he also told me that he his entire career, all he wanted to do was turn pro and make it to the Olympia stage at least once. You know, and he had said that I'm doing everything I possibly can to do that this year. And I'm like, all right. And then you take the fact away that 2 years ago, you know, a lot of people thought he should have beat Ian.
And
Ian. And then
a
Ian,
lot of people thought that. Yeah,
Steve Kluko,
a lot.
And Steve Kluko. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what happened to him. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with him. I don't know. I like
it when you said going through the motions. There's so many bodybuilders that go through the motions.
It's the truth, and he's one of them. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Like there are bodybuilders that get to a particular level and they're happy there. And I think Steve Kuklo is one of them. Another guy I think is one of them is Nathan Diasher. I think Nathan Diasher is one of them. You know, because I think both of those guys could have been top 5 Olympians if they really put the pedal to the metal. You know, and I think they just get comfortable. They're making money. They're breaking the top 10. They win shows here and there. They got endorsements. They got YouTube. All right. And then there are the guys.
No, Nathan parties too, though, man. Like he parties, right?
Big time. Like, and he big time parties. And he actually said this. I did a review of it on my show. He was on desktop because him and Xavier, or they were always on that. He's always on there. And he actually said when he's in the gym, if it's not fun, he's not going to work out. He said, I got to be in there with my friends, shooting the shit, having fun, joking around, which is like something like I would do. Right. But when you're a top, so you can't tell me that attitude doesn't pour over into food prep, posing, everything. You know what I mean? So I was like,
I don't even think he's interested in going to the Olympia.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Cause he made it.
I think he wants to win 10 shows, or how many shows did he win?
That's the thing. I think he easily wins shows. It's not like he
has 9 shows.
And one of them was the New York Pro. And one of them was the New York Pro. You know,
He's won a few. He won like three shows one year, maybe even 4.
Yeah, absolutely. So I really think
Europa,
that,
he won Europa, he won Arnold Classic. Come on, do it.
yeah, that's right. In Spain, that's right.
And then there was another one too.
Yeah, I don't
And then
remember.
they put him 4th or something in a show.
I don't remember. But
Yeah,
yeah, he's won
can't
he's won a bunch of them. But so to me, I think he's one. Lionel Becky was another guy that was like, had all the talent in the world,
I think
throw
he
it
is
away.
going through the motion poster boy.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, all right. So let's get back to the Texas Pro. The 3 of us are going to put together our top 3, and we're going to see who comes out on top. Here's the thing, though. I think we should put a wager on it, make it interesting. Why not?
Okay.
What do you get?
Hey,
but I don't know. I don't know here. I don't know who Kenson's picking.
Yeah, we don't. Nobody knows. Doesn't matter.
What if he picks the guy that I pick? I know you're not.
I don't know who you're picking.
You don't know.
I don't know. No, I don't know who you're picking. No.
Do you know who you're picking?
I know. I know.
I know who I'm picking. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I know who I got.
I know who you know that I know. All right, let's just fucking pick it.
So what would the wager be?
Well, when I was on muscular development, we did this one for the Arnold Classic, and what we did was the guy who won, the other 2 guys chipped in, and we had to buy him gifts, but we made them like these stupid fucking gifts. So I got this guy that had a ski mask on, and it said "Daddy," and then I bought him a hat that said, "Let me see your asshole."
That sounds terrible. That's terrible.
And he won, and he was the winner. So we don't have to do that, but I mean, we could put a little bit of if you want to put a little bit of a dollar amount on it, you could do that. Like,
you know how much money that's going to cost us Canadians?
$5. Yeah, I know. You get like, what is it, 0.33% exchange rate right now, or something fucking nuts? Like, I'm looking at buying a boat down there in Florida, and I won't do it. Like, it's ridiculous.
Or we could just do that. We could just like buy. Both of us could chip in and buy whoever the winner is, something, whatever, like a glow in the dark dildo that sings "Oh Come Are You Faithful" for the holiday season, something like that. You know what I mean?
I offer you a titty shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the titty shirt. That would be pretty good. Well, we could discuss that afterwards.
Why don't we get loose in the arms though?
Yeah, for you, loosen the arms, not me.
No.
Yeah.
That's when my brother gives me a shirt or something that used to be his. I say, it's a little tight in the arms, but there's plenty of room in the midsection here.
Yeah. That's right.
A little loose in the midsection.
Yeah, I say that when I put on a pair of pants to my wife, a little tight around the, and she goes,
"Yeah, right in that area." Yeah.
And who do you think you are, Dextric Lewis?
Trouser
trout.
Trouser trout. What's that?
What's that? He says a trouser.
No, I got that, but I meant who's that? Who you calling trouser?
Dextric.
Who the fuck is that? Oh, you're talking Bo Lewis. Oh, Bo is a genetic name.
Oh, well, yeah.
So he was always on my show. Let me tell you something, man. He's the one I missed the most because
he's a cool dude.
He would fucking get hysterical laughing at the jokes and everything, and but he's the one guy I missed the most. I actually invited him back, and he had something to do. He couldn't come on, but he's the one guy. He was fucking great, man. Anyway,
all jokes aside, he is a genetic wonder, though. He's like 45, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, did you hear his story? He went to jail for 16 years for murder. 16 years or 12 years. What doesn't matter? No. For murder. Really? Yeah.
No,
and it wasn't like.
How did I miss that one?
It was on when nobody else interviewed him about it. What happened was when we were really close, when we were doing the muscular development together, I was working on the podcast after we did one, and he calls me up. He FaceTimes me, and he goes, "Yo, dude, I got a story." And I went, "All right." He goes, "I went to jail for murder," and I was like, "Are you telling me you want to come on my podcast and tell the story?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "All right." So he fucking told the story, and I've interviewed so many people in the last 3 years, especially in my other channels. You know when somebody's lying and somebody's not. And he was not fucking lying. You know when somebody's being honest. And what happened was he got into, it sounds like he had a little bit of baby mama drama in his early 20s. And the other guy basically came to his house and talking shit and come outside. And he came outside. And the rest was history. He beat him until he was dead. And I said, did you know he was dead right away? Or did they tell you when he got to the hospital? Did he die in the hospital? And he goes, I didn't know he was dead, but I knew I took it too far. And as soon as he said that, I was like, this is an honest man right here. Because,
man, it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah. Because
we've all been in fights where,
if
the guy landed the wrong way or something.
Absolutely, or that rage. Sometimes that rage, when you see fucking red, and
or just imagine if I actually had a big set of guns on me.
Yeah. And he did
I see him flexing.
And he did, I think he did 12 years or 14 years in jail. And then he came out and he turned pro like 3 years later and then won the New York Pro like 2 years after that. He was meant to be a bodybuilder. Yeah, it was crazy. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, I'll link the video in the description area because I did it. I did it when I first started the channel, but it's pretty interesting. Anyway,
okay.
Okay, so we will deal with the award or the wager after we know the winner. But this Saturday night is the Texas Pro, and this one is going to be interesting because we got the winner of last week's show, Hunter Labrada, who looked amazing. And we got Andrew Jacked coming, he's doing his season premiere, if you will. And then we got a wild card, Carlos Thomas Jr., who's nobody's ever seen on a pro stage before. Last time he was on was what? Yeah. Well, last time he was on was what, 2021 when he won the Nationals? Or, yeah, 2021.
Was it 2020 or 2021?
No, it was 21.
It was 21 because Nick won in 2020, right?
So he's
never
lost.
Nick Walker.
He's never lost a pro show then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
No,
he's on.
No, he's never done a pro show.
Aside from the two big ones, Andrew Jacked, and Hunter Labrada are undefeated. So this is going to be their tiebreaker.
Yeah, right? Well, if you consider the Olympia and the Arnold Classic,
the two big two.
Yeah.
Aside from the two big,
aside for those two, yeah.
Just all the pro shows, they've always stepped in and won, both of those guys.
Right, with the exception of the Olympia.
Carlos hasn't lost.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody's O has got to go. So we're only going to do the top three, right?
Yeah, top three sounds good.
Okay, because we could look up the other guys if you guys want, because I have the my Instagram already set up.
Nobody's getting in that top three.
Let me tell you something. Breed look, yeah, you're right. Breed look good, but I don't think he's going to break that top three. All right, so let's just go with the top three. So who wants to go first?
Mark. Ha.
All right, who's going first? So it's Mark, Kenzen, and John. I'll go first. All right. In the number three spot, I'm saying Andrew Jacked. And number two, I'm saying Labrada. And number one, I'm saying Carlos. That's my top three.
Carlos for the win.
Yeah,
holy I'm doing fucking shit. Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll give you my reasons after you guys pick yours.
All right.
So who's going? Kenzen, you're going next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Who's your top three?
This is in stark contrast, I feel. I'm going with Andrew Jack to win in the show.
Okay.
I'm going with Hunter in second, and I'm going with Carlos in third. And I will give you my reasons as well.
Okay, cool. We'll do that too. All right, Mark, you're next.
We saved the best for the last. Not because I'm the best, but because I have the actual winner.
You are the best because you have 45,000 fucking subscribers, dude.
That's because I've been around. I've been doing this for a long time. That's the only reason. But I have the best prediction list because it's the only right one.
Okay,
Hunter Labrada for the win.
Hunter.
And I love how we all have different.
I know.
And it wasn't an agreement to the audience watching at home. This was not an agreement. We all believe in our guy.
Yeah, we had no clue who we're gonna call before.
I got jacked for a second.
Okay, Andrew.
So seemingly me and Kenson are putting the old screws to Carlos, but not really. The guy's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
he's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, to in your guys' defense, nobody's ever seen him on stage compared to a Hunter or Andrew Jack, right? So I totally understand, but I have different reasons. Who wants to go first? Mark, you go first as to why you think Hunter's going to win. And then
he's at his best. I think he's at his best right now.
Okay.
And I think the last time we've seen Jack, debatable now. I think he was a little off. I think his back was a little
at the
bit.
Olympia, yeah.
No, at the Arnold's Classics command kick to the chopper.
Yeah. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yeah,
he got third.
I think so, right? Third.
He beat Ramy.
Yeah, right. It was right. It was Samson, Nick Walker, and then him. Right. And then okay, right. And then Ramy came in fourth or fifth?
Fourth.
He was fourth,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
They let him beat the little guy.
Oh, Clarita came in fifth. That's right.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
right. All right, I'm refreshing my memory. Okay. So you think Andrew's going to be at his all-time best? Okay.
I don't think he's going to be
at his all-time. I'm sorry. You think he's going to, you think Hunter's going to be number one?
I think he's going to be a little bit better than the Arnold, but I don't think he's going to be enough to defeat this fresh Hunter.
Yeah.
But
all
it's,
right. And Carlos in third. Why do you have Carlos in third?
It's a safe pick because he's not, but it could be a big mistake. And I've seen just the last couple of pictures I've seen, he was doing a big front double bicep pose. I don't know if that was recent or not, but he looked.
No, he doesn't Carlos doesn't put anything recent.
No.
He doesn't. Okay. He doesn't deal with Instagram or social media when he's prepping.
Well, he doesn't. Well, he has pictures of him with like a shirt on or something.
Right. When he has because he
hasn't huge. He doesn't look huge, and that means that he's ripped.
Yeah.
If
right.
you
exactly.
Austin Eddie or shirt, you're nowhere ready for the competition. You're 2-3 months away. You got to get.
Yeah. He does social media because he has endorsements and he has to do plugs for his endorsements. But other than that, he does not put progress pics. His last progress pics was in front of his father's door in the green trunks when everybody looked at him and went, what the fuck? It was like right after his guest posing.
The guest posing.
Actually, he took his Instagram down. He took it down.
That's right.
When the New York Pro prep was happening and just suddenly came back up, right?
That's right.
Really?
Yeah. He's in the zone when he's competing for that's it. He doesn't fuck around.
Like Ken Shamrock.
Yeah, right. All right, Kenton, you got Andrew coming in first. Why do you think you got Andrew coming in first?
Well, I do think that Andrew's going to be at his best because he had enough time since the Arnold in order to put on more muscle. I think he did fill out those limbs a little bit more from what I'm seeing in the training footage down there with Psycho Lewis. I think that this being the second round that he was with Chris Aceto as well. I just watched all of this happen with Matt Grego. Matt Grego just coached, Chris Aceto just coached Matt Grego into an Olympia qualification, right? Every show that Chris does with athletes, typically, especially in the beginning, they get better, right? They keep getting better.
He definitely has a fucking star-studded corner, that's for sure. Chris Aceto training him, and Chris Aceto doing his diet, and Psycho Lewis doing his training. You can't get better than that, 100%.
That's a dream.
And I really think that I really do think that they found that proper balance between what Andrew presented at the last Texas Pro, what he presented at the Olympia. He was just off. He was sick and all that other shit. But when it came to the Arnold Classic, he had the full look at the Texas, arguably his best.
He did another Arnold after that.
Well, the most recent Arnold, right?
He did an Arnold.
He did the Arnold UK.
He did. I forgot about that.
He won that, right?
But he was at
he did. Yeah.
But he was at his leanest at the Arnold Ohio 2023, right? I think they found that balance between him being full enough and lean enough, where especially from the back, I think he's going to look a lot better this time. I think he doesn't have a lot of crazy travel that he has to do either. I mean, it's not that far from California down to Texas, and not that it's far for Hunter either, right? He's home, but that plays a factor too. I mean, if he was flying from fucking Dubai, then the question would have to come up of how far out from the show is he traveling? And luckily, we just don't need to deal with any of those questions, right?
Right.
That's why I think he's going to be in first. I think that Hunter is easily second place with the look that he's presenting. But the reason that I put Hunter in second is because, yes, no question, he's improved. However, if you go and watch, and what actually put me on to considering this myself was if you go and watch Josh Sanch over there on Bodybuilding News Network, he did a comparison of Hunter Labrada 2023 Tampa to Hunter 2022 Olympia.
Yeah, that's right.
And it looked, when I looked at the comparisons very closely, again, Hunter definitely improved. However, I think that it's because they really hit that peak properly, more so than him improving from like a muscle mass standpoint, or even his midsection. Again, although improved, I don't think it's as vastly improved as what we've seen. I think Andrew has improved more. Carlos is just untested on a pro stage, and I think that he may be subject to more of a peaking issue than anybody else. He's very, very young and new in his career. He hasn't been on stage since 2021, and I just think that he has less of a chance of really hitting that peak than everybody else. Once he figures that out, he'll win whatever fucking show he wants to walk into. But until then, this being his first, I have to put him in third.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, all very reasonable reasons. All right, so
what about you?
Okay, I got Andrew.
Why do you believe Carlos is going to win?
Okay, so yeah, I got Andrew in third.
You were going to tell us anyway.
Yeah, obviously. I got Andrew in third. And the reason why I got Andrew Jack in third is because he's very tall, and I did not see the explosion of muscle that he needs to fill out that frame. Because when you're going to look for thickness, round muscle, he doesn't have enough to fill out that frame. When you stand him next to guys like Hunter and Carlos, he's going to look lanky, in my opinion. Neither Hunter or Carlos look boxy, like they don't look square. They still have beautiful physiques, even though they're shorter. So their flow is just as good, but they're going to have more muscle, and from behind, they're going to be much more crisp. We've never seen Andrew jacked with great hamstrings, glutes, and lower back tied in and fucking rock solid like we saw Hunter last week. And I mean, that could change, but what brought Samson, because Samson has a similar physique to Andrew, it's just that he's a little shorter. What brought Samson to that next level was that explosion of muscle, that whatever it was, 20 pounds of muscle he put on.
He almost made Andrew look thin.
Yeah. And then we saw him at the Arnold, you really saw he kind of exposed Andrew, that he just doesn't have enough muscle on that frame when you put him next to Nick and you put him next to Samson. Right. And from what I've seen on Instagram, he doesn't look like he put on that much muscle to fill out that frame. And again, like
his arms improved. I'll give him that.
Arms improved.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a better but
Labrada. Yeah, like when he stands next to a guy like Nick,
we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. When he stands next to a guy like Nick, the knock on Nick is that Nick is boxy. He has a little bit of a thicker waist. When you look at Labrada in his last week,
his waist is a lot
smaller. Right. So it's very possible that when you put Hunter next to Nick, that Hunter would take it because of his great aesthetics, and he was leaner, harder, with better flow and more muscle, and he had like really, really crisp conditioning, really crisp conditioning. I mean, it's possible, but the reason why I have Labrada in second, this might be a little bit unfair, fellas, but I do have a little bit of inside scoop because I've interviewed these guys and I've been on muscular development, but we didn't set any rules of what we could use to come up with our conclusions. So you kind of both screwed.
Not necessarily true, but yeah, continue.
And I got
knocking over my fucking drink. You're making me nervous now.
I got a little bit of the inside scoop about Carlos. That Carlos, the term was he is going to be in a class of his own. That was the term used by some people that I've spoken to outside the show. So here's the thing. Now you got to look at not such a strict bodybuilding eye. You got to look at it from a business standpoint too. Hunter's already going to the Olympia, and if it's close, if it's close, even if you go, Hunter should have won that, they'll probably pick Carlos because the fans are going to want to see Carlos and Hunter on that Olympia line. And if it's close and people go, maybe Hunter should have won that, I don't see Carlos, then they have a rematch on the Olympia lineup, and that would fucking sell. And between those two things, those two reasons, that's why I have Carlos winning. I had some people telling me from that he just looks like a fucking freak of nature. And then the fact that Hunter's already got his ticket to the Olympia, and if it comes close, I mean, don't get me wrong, if Carlos drops the ball, then Hunter takes, that's different. But if it's close, I think they get the nod to give it to Carlos because everybody's going to want to see both of those guys on the Olympia stage. And those are my reasons.
I didn't take any politics into consideration when it came to my predictions. I went just off of physiques.
Right.
That's I didn't think about any of that shit. I mean, I used to, but I find that when I started doing a lot of predictions that I was really just going with physiques more than I was, well, they'll probably give it to this guy or whatever. But you could be absolutely right. We've seen it before and we'll see it again, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Definitely valid.
And also you got to take into the consideration who the head judge is. Is Steve Weinberger the head judge in Texas? I don't think so.
No,
he's not.
No, I don't think so.
He's the only guy that doesn't give a shit about politics as a head judge.
Okay.
He does not care. He's going to make the winner the winner. And when you take him out of that, then it becomes a little shaky. Steve Weinberger is just that typical New York guy that doesn't give a shit what you chirp in his ear. And at the same time, when he was mad, from what I understand, I think Dave Palumbo actually said this, when he was married to Bev Francis, there was a couple of times where they really thought, her and him really thought when they were a couple, that she should have won the Olympia, and they never gave it to her.
Absolutely, she should have.
And from what I understand, his attitude is
not even close.
Right. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. And he said, from what I understand, his attitude is, I'm going to give it to the person who should win, not the person that is going to win because of other.
I mean, she was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, she was insane.
She had development that would match the girls that were in the mid 90s, and she was around when, early 80s.
Yeah, they're in the 80s. Yeah,
Rachel McLeish.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So those are my reasons why I picked the top three. Now I could be dead wrong, but
it's exciting.
When you see Carlos stand in front of his father's door, whatever it was, 3 months ago, and his waist is, I've never seen.
When he hit that front double at that guest posing.
That guest posing broke the fucking internet.
The side of his leg, how big his leg was from the side. I called it impossibly thick. It's impossibly thick.
Yeah. I've never seen somebody that thick with that much muscle, and at the same time have such a great V taper, because his waist is. I've seen guys in the past that thick, a Marcus Rule or a fucking, but they didn't have the flow that he has. He has this perfect
midsection,
fucking flow. I mean, his midsection, there is no distension in his midsection, period. End of story.
See, I think that Hunter, already qualified, is going to do him a favor because his stress levels will be
very low. Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And that, on the other hand, he might not try to kill himself as far as dieting, or putting it all into it. So it's like, how much does he want to beat Andrew Jack and Carlos?
Right. Yeah, I think Andrew Jack has the most potential out of all of them because of his size.
Oh, absolutely. I say I'm with Kenton on that one. I think absolutely. If they're all 100%.
If I would,
but you don't think he's big enough yet?
No, I definitely don't.
No,
I didn't see. He's such a huge, massive human being. He's so tall and broad. He towers.
Yeah, he's just big. Yeah,
he's just if you remember the Olympia, I don't know why they did it that way. They just brought them all out stage with like microphones and stuff, and they were standing next to each other. Right.
The press conference. Yeah.
The press conference.
I was thinking about that today. They better not do that this year, man.
Yeah,
they better not do that this year. No, go back to the old way.
They had Blessing out there, and Blessing didn't even belong in that group.
No, but it was worse when he came out on the Olympia stage the next day. He just took a shit. He looked horrible.
Oh man, no.
Yeah,
it wasn't professional. Like they went for the entertainment factor. Fine, it didn't work. Go back to the old format. That was professional. Everybody got their talk. Like,
and you can still shit talk the other way. You can still shit talk. Of
course.
I
don't think they all like sitting out there for an hour at a time.
So you don't make it that long. You know what I mean?
I know they don't know how to run the show. Obviously, they left them backstage at the Olympia for how many hours?
Right, which is why they have it in Orlando now. And it's probably I honestly I don't think that's the reason why they brought it to Orlando. I think the reason they brought it to Orlando was because it's much cheaper. To have it in Vegas at a decent hotel, it's probably extremely expensive, right? Because and it was 3 days long because they had so many competitors, But
too many.
You could still shit talk on the press conference the old way, because if you remember that Kai Green Phil Heath thing, when they used to go back and forth. I mean, that was the best answer I ever heard in my life, when Kai Green says, how are you going to beat me? I'm 20 pounds heavier than you and just as hard. And they asked Phil Heath, why do you think you're going to beat Kai Green? And he goes, what did he say? 2012, 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah. I don't know if those were the years, but
even 2017 was funny when Ramy, because it feels like, well, yeah, Ramy's okay. And then in just the middle of, he was about to compliment, and he goes, nah, you ain't going to do shit. You ain't gonna
yeah.
And he did.
Yeah, that's good.
He did. In 2017, he did.
Phil in his prime.
Oh,
dude.
Man.
Yeah, but when was his prime? I think his back was 10 times better in 2017 than it was in 2011.
The problem is his stomach distension.
Exactly.
Was
even from the side, he was better later on.
Yeah, I agree.
So what do you go with? The midsection?
The thing is, you're judging a full package, So, but then when you have a guy like Sean Roden that shows up that year, where he's spot on in 2018, yeah, it's like, he
showed up. He was undeniable, man. He was.
Right,
That's how you win. That's how you win these shows. That's how Phil was doing it back like 2011, 2012, 2013. I always bounce back and forth between like 2011 Phil Heath and 2013 Phil Heath. It's like Ronnie Coleman. You're always bouncing back between 1999 and 2003, right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody does.
Throw 98 in there.
Yeah, and people do. I was going to say people do. Yeah.
2003 was my favorite Ronnie. He just came out and was like, what the fuck?
You guys don't like 2002?
No, 2002 might have been one of his worst ones, which is why he came back into. Yeah. Oh, I'm a dick. See, I don't get your sarcasm.
No, I'm 2001 and 2002 were
2002. Ronnie still beats everybody, though. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Even the worst Ronnie Coleman beats the best of everyone else. Like,
that
1 year. But
what happened?
Even Günther Schleierkamp.
Oh, that was right. That was the year. Gunther really pushed it, see, back then it was a lot more political.
You guys, excuse me just for 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll carry it.
Sorry about that.
Back then it was a lot more political. When you had the Weeders in charge, it was a lot more political. There was so many Olympias that you will watched and you go, that guy shouldn't have. Arnold in 80 and Franco in 81, and
dude. Bob Ciccarello said it on his channel when he was doing a Q&A video. It was from a while ago now, but he was like, he admitted it. He said, yeah, there used to be some funny stuff that used to happen years ago, but that doesn't happen anymore. It's like, oh, okay, so it used to happen then, but trust me, it doesn't happen now, right? It's probably worse now, Like,
I don't. Well, again, I think it's Steve Weinberger is the head judge at the Olympia,
and there's no bullshit there.
There's yeah, exactly. That's the thing. When you have, and that's why you don't have a dominant Mr. Olympia like you did, because he's one of the reasons. Because he's gonna give it to the guy who deserves it. When you had Dorian and what's his name, Nasser that year.
Yeah.
When you had Cutler and Victor that year, it was like
2007. It's always 7. It's always 7.
Yeah, right. Well,
when Flex Lewis went up against Hadi Chupin and Hadi just destroyed him, and
absolutely right. It's because I honestly think it's about. Look, here's one of the reasons that a Hadi might not take it again this year if he's a little bit off, and And the problem is he's not a good ambassador for the sport because he can't get a visa to travel. But if you put Derek in that spot, he can go anywhere. He speaks English, and he can go anywhere all year round and promote the sport as Mr. Olympia. Where Hadi, see, but the thing is, if Hadi comes in and Derek's a little off, Steve's not gonna fucking do that.
It's gonna be hard for Derek to beat Hadi.
Yeah, I think
he's a little bit bigger and he's a little bit more shredded. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's an uphill battle.
Yeah, I think if Hadi does win again, I think 2 is the max he's going to get, because these guys are nipping at his heels. The young guys like Derek and Nick and Samson. I think it's Derek, Nick, and Samson that's going to be. I think so too. I think so too. I think the guy is just.
Dude, not only in my mind, but on paper he is too, because he just won the Arnold.
Yeah, he just won he just won the Arnold, and he's 330 pounds on his off season, in shape with abs, not in contest shape, but still pretty conditioned with abs.
Decent.
Anytime the old guys would come over 300 pounds, they were sloppy, like Dorian or Ronnie. They looked like they had these huge bellies, and they were a little off. But these guys now,
I'm sure Derek's gone. Derek's lucky that he never went to the Arnold.
Yeah, you're right.
If he defeated him at the Arnold, they'd be like, okay, we're looking at Samson.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was probably well, he's another one that's got a great corner. He's got Ranrod, right? Whatever the fuck his name is, Hani, in his corner.
Hani,
yeah. And
Rambo.
Yeah, I call him Ramrod. Like some porno.
That's what I call Big Rammy.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think these guys that have been in the scene for years and years, I think they not only are their trainers, but I think they're also can serve as managers. And I think that was a smart move in the long run, because everybody's like, why wouldn't Derek do it? But in the long run, I think it was the better reason, because he didn't lose any endorsements. He didn't lose any Instagram following. His social media following is still strong. Everybody's still talking about him. I don't think he needs the money. I think he's probably making a shit ton of it between social media and endorsements and so on and so forth. Guest posing, because he's guest posing at in New York in November. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think right after the Olympia. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, okay. After the Olympia.
Yeah. Because every year, the shows in New York, the NPC shows in New York that Steve Weinberger promotes, Steve and Bev. They always get, especially the ones after the Olympics, like in November, the Eastern USA or whatever. They always get top guys to here it is. Yeah, Eastern USA Championship, November 11th. There's special guest pose, IFBB Pro Derek Lunsford, November 11th. When is that? That's right around. That's 20 minutes from me.
Before the Olympia, isn't it?
Nice.
When's the Olympia?
Oh God, I don't know. Let me see.
When's the Masters? The Masters right after the Texas?
The Masters is it's the following weekend. Yeah.
Which
is
Biggie
Smalls, man. He's looking good.
That's interesting too.
Olympia 2023.
Yeah, you're looking it up. All
right. No, it's after. It's November 2nd to November 5th. So it is after.
Okay.
So it's the week after. Yeah, so that makes sense.
He's planning on being the Olympic champion.
Steve Weinberg and Bev. First of all, if you win one of their shows in New York, you're pretty much ready to go on to the national level. Though you look at the guys who won that. Oh, who's another guy? Speaking of which, because I just thought, because he won one of those shows. Another guy that I think never really filled out his full potential is Akeem Williams.
Yeah, he got into an accident or something a few years back.
Yeah, but even before that,
in 2020, he meant business. He got 6. He got top 6.
He got 6 in. Let's be a little honest, in an Olympia lineup that was not the best. A lot of guys sat that one out because of COVID.
Yeah.
There was a Hunter, Ian were there.
Yeah. But Derek was in 212.
Yeah.
Samson wasn't the Samson of today. Nick wasn't there.
Nick wasn't there.
Well, Nick wasn't there, so you had
Nick.
Roden wasn't there.
There was no Andrew Jack.
Yeah.
There was no Chris. Like these guys didn't.
2020 was a bit of a low point. Yeah.
Bill Heath was there.
Yeah, in the audience.
Yeah.
Well, in 2020, he competed.
He did?
Yes, he placed 4th.
Oh my
Or
God.
3rd. He placed
Yeah.
3rd.
Third, that's right. It was Brandon. And who came in second? Second was
No, Ramy won. Ramy
in
won
2020. I apologize. I'm thinking
Yeah,
of
it was
2019.
2020.
I'm sorry, man.
2019.
I'm thinking of 2019.
Absolutely a weak
Yeah.
lineup.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Absolutely a weak
2019. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No,
Right.
2019
So
never had anybody. Ramy
That's
was
right.
gone.
You're right. You're 100% right.
Rose
2020 was
gone.
Ramy. 2020 was Ramy, and then it was Brandon, and then it was Phil. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Well, so what do you guys think? What do you think we should do? What you wager on? I can't shave my head because I'm bald already, unless
I see that, and I'm not. You're not getting at these.
No, Mark's throwing that out.
All right, that's out the window. Forget it. Okay, I don't know. Maybe whoever loses has to get his nipple pierced or something like that. Mark, you probably have like every orifice on your body pierced at this point.
I'll get everyone on my T-shirt.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure that out.
Get a tattoo or something, or we have to put the other guy's symbol on the back of our YouTube channel.
Oh.
Followed by is the best YouTuber around.
Yeah. That's right. And then you have to give the person a portion of your endorsements.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would do it.
All right, we'll figure it out because I think we should come back after the show, after Texas. Like Texas is going to be. They've been doing a lot of them on Sundays. Are they going to do the Open on Sunday or Saturday? I don't know.
It's the 18th and 19th, right? So days of the week being. So it's a Friday and a Saturday, so that's good.
Oh, so maybe we could come on this Sunday and
there was a show where they did the Open class one day, the start, and then they did the next day the finals of the Open class.
There's no rhyme or reason to it. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
I think it was Vancouver. I think Vancouver was a 2-day Open class show.
Really?
Like that. I think
it was. Six guys in the lineup. Yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. But I think we should come back after Texas and discuss the who won, who lost, whatever, and then see what we're gonna do for the winner.
Yeah,
I'll be here. I'll be here in my chimney. I'll be here in my chimney.
That's right. I like that. It's getting ready for Christmas because you're a fucking Santa Claus, bro.
Yeah, waiting for the shotgun.
All right, fellas, I got to get going. It's been a pleasure, and we will touch base during the week.
That's good, man. Thanks for having me on.
You got it. Later, fellas.
See you, man.
Later.